What up, TikTok? Miklo 1% reportando. Doing this video to answer a question that my brother Big Cell, FHO's HNIC, asked me regarding my previous video. He asked me, if you and your club come into a new area and humbly and respectfully ask whatever large local club is in that area, and they still say no, even though you were humble and respectful, how should you and your club proceed? And, let me start by saying that if you look at that previous video or any of my videos, you'll never hear me use the word ask. Don't show up asking. We don't show up asking. You show up asking, you're setting a negative precedent. You're letting the other club know that you want them to be calling the shots. You don't ask. You show up and extend a courtesy, letting them know that you're there. You're not asking to be there, you're letting them know you're there, right? And if they respond with animosity, all you can do is have a reactionary response. Everybody has the right to defend themselves, In my opinion, backing down is not an option. If you've got members that live in that town that are full patch members of your club, running away or backing down is not an option. So all you can do is have a reactionary response. If they say, we don't want you here, just, that's unfortunate. But we are here, so whatever you got to do, that's all you can do. If they try, defend yourself. And at the end of the day, if you don't believe in what you're doing enough to live and die for it, you shouldn't be doing it. That's my opinion, so I hope that answers that question. The reason I did the previous video is because nowadays a lot of these newer clubs are just throwing respect out the window, and they're coming into areas and basically just saying, fuck all the local clubs. We're here. This is our area now. Do something about it. And that is a recipe for disaster. And it's not what this culture is supposed to be about. This is supposed to be about respect. But it's also supposed to be about freedom. And that's the other reason I made that previous video, is for the clubs that have been unwilling to compromise, the clubs that want to claim an entire state for themselves. They're in denial, in my opinion. They're in denial about what the future holds, And it turns out bad for them too, because in situations like that, it's only a matter of time before several other clubs come together against them, So that's what that previous video was about, is clubs learning to embrace positive change, so that in the future, we as clubs can learn to coexist. We don't got to be holding hands, singing kumbaya around the campfire, but we have to figure out how to coexist, because the powers that be want us to fail. The powers that be want to see us killing each other so that they can make laws against us, as they've done in other countries, and destroy our culture, They have already come after certain clubs' patches. They've already set up laws against clubs in certain states, That's who the enemy is, so my whole thing is we have to figure out a way to coexist. I'm not talking unity. Everybody always thinks I'm talking about unity, and that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about coexisting, embracing freedom. Sonny Barger, man, one of his most famous phrases was, I will never infringe on anybody's freedom unless they're infringing on mine, And if we could all live by that, man, this will be a much better MC world. So I hope that answers the question. Any questions anybody has, feel free to ask. I'll always try to answer them. And love and respect, man.